and welcome to NixOS Discovery. I haven't recorded in a while, well, a couple of weeks, and it's been just very busy. I work. I don't do this as a day job, so it's more like a love thing, a love thing. Yeah, yeah. I guess it's more fair to say it's a love thing than saying a hobby. Or yeah, well, it's a hobby, right? You do it because you love it. Um, so I've switched to GNOME also, and I have a little bit of time every day, so I'm just going to decide. Actually, that was the aim of the channel, right? To just record working through NixOS, trying to solve things. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do, right? So I've installed GNOME, and I didn't prepare, as I said. So yeah, as I said, I just want to record, working through things, because there's so much time with NixOS that it just spent in the trenches. What would be the right word? Like, you spend so much time working through something and exploring and trying to find the documentation, or chatting with ChatGPT, or looking online, and there's really a lot of time spent on just basic things. Like, just yesterday I switched to GNOME because I kind of like it. I like the default, and I've switched to GNOME. But these actually, like, these icons, these are from Plasma X, because I've installed KDE. I've okay. I used to have KDE, but then I tried GNOME because I kind of like it. I want to have like a. I like the defaults, and I like how it looks like. And but then the backspace. Now this will be the problem for today. The backspace, right? Look, if I go to the console. Wait, what's this? Is this thing not? I have to write. Oh, okay, shift. So if I go to the console, yeah, okay. So instead of, so I've switched escaped with caps lock, and I tried doing it in also configuration. So I've tried doing it. Where did I do it? Here, options, caps, escape, right? I'm still not sure if this is up to date. I mean, it did what my rebuild went through, but I'm not sure if this is correct way to write caps escape, and it's not working, right? So when I press caps, it goes backspace. And I remember there was a time when I saw that problem and I fixed it somehow. And that was like maybe like a couple of years ago even. And I'm not sure, I don't remember anymore what's the problem. So I'm going to have to look through online how to solve this backspace thing in a not too, complicated way. So services, okay, let's check also. We have this NixOS options, and I want to check services X server XKB. So we're going to check. I want to see services X server XKB. So we have options here. Okay, model extra. So this is a great site. So I guess it's the same site when you look for packages, but you can also search for these things. So options. So services. So let's see options. X keyboard options. Layout switching goes here. Strings concatenated with default. Terminate Control Alt. Example. Caps toggle declared in Nix modules, services, X server Nix. Let's go here. Yeah, one of the reasons why I never switched to GNOME because of the fractional scaling. So I have a ZenBook, an old ZenBook. It's actually from 2018, but it's still working quite well. A nice screen. Anyway, the KDE can like easily fractionally scale, and in GNOME it's still experimental. So I'll have to find out how to add this, how to do this experimentally, or maybe, I don't know, I guess it's fine to keep it like this, right? I guess, you know, if I look, well, here is small, really. Yeah, this is small, but I guess like this, you know, most of the time I spend just in terminal or in a browser, and I don't use much graphical apps. So, okay, let's see this. Well, this kind of has to do with what I was, yeah, this is interesting. Okay, so we were doing the tutorial on modules, and this is a module output. So options. This is primary monitor config. And it takes a while until you, I guess it takes a while until you understand the way things are declared like this and the way you write them in your files, right? Like, okay, like this, right? Config. See, I don't, what's this? Maybe we can search for it. Options. Whether to enable the X. So you see this? So yeah, I have to zoom in the whole page. Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to change, open symbols panel, edit, no, okay. So let's go to 300. Okay. Yeah, I don't want this. This is not pretty. So how do I, is it possible? Open symbols, edit in place, open with. I'm curious, can I just change the font on GitHub? Setting up your web editor. I guess this is code. Oh yeah, I should better search these things. Yeah, in the terminal, not in the browser. But I still haven't, this is a fresh install. I used Windows for like a week. I was having problems with audio. I record and stuff. So I tried Windows, and the sound is somehow better with Windows. Downloading repository. Wow, this is taking a while. So now I'm open it. Okay. So let's see that there is no highlighting. Imports. Okay, options. Can I increase the font here? How do you increase the font? You see, I don't know. File, edit. Yeah, I don't use VSC Code, so I'm not sure. Edit file, maybe preferences, profiles, settings. So I really have to font size. Font size. Maybe let's put 18. Will it increase? Yeah. Okay. So services. Whether to enable the X server. Yes. Auto run. Start the X server. Exclude packages. Exclude packages. I guess this is practical for some GNOME stuff that I won't be using, such as the Epiphany. Exclude packages. Export configuration. input, modules, resolutions. You can define the resolution, video driver, drivers, DPI, XKB, layout. Okay, so you can choose the layout, the model, the options. Terminate, example. Layout switching goes here. Example, caps toggle. Terminate. So what are the options that I can... Okay, maybe, I think, what happened? Oh, how do I go back now? I just changed something. Go back. No, I went back. Great. This is not really practical. I'll just copy this. I want to switch caps with escape so that I can more easily use escape with Vim or Helix. I'm on NixOS and I saw this. Do you know what's the proper services? What's the services? X server XKB option. I think they know this. This is some kind of a common thing. Swap escape. Oh. X server. Enable layout XKB option. But is it options or XKB options? XKB options. Well, it should work like this then. Okay. I also want to change the default theme of Helix. Next command. Where am I going? No, I should go up. As you can see, I'm not really Helix savvy. Okay, caps what? Caps swap escape. Swap escape. Maybe this will work. Swap escape. Will this work? Or I have to reboot? I'm not sure. Will I have to reboot? No, you don't have to reboot. Yeah, let's see. Building. Yeah, I kind of like the default GNOME. It's very nice. Right? It's so nice. But what's interesting, these icons are from when I was setting a KDE. And I reverted to a previous generation, which had GNOME, and basically deleted the KDE. I'm not sure if it's still deleted. I will have to check now if I still have those packages. How do you check that? What's the garbage, you know? Maybe I should delete everything. I mean, everything before GNOME, now before this GNOME. So maybe also I'll check, how do you, I forgot. You see, I forgot, how do you list generations? Okay, let's do console. Oh, it saves the old font. Okay, let's try press enter. Fail to parse language config. Unknown field language server. Servers. Wow. I thought I changed that, but I guess I didn't. That's funny. That's in the home default language servers. Is it just like this? But why did it work before? Yeah. Yes, stuff like this, and I guess it's important to stay, focused, or at least to important to stay. It's important to have fun. It's important to have fun. There is no music on this channel. Someone said to me, "Hey, you shouldn't have music because it's annoying." I guess for some is annoying. And you can always put something in the background, I guess. So you're not stuck with my choices. Okay, so building next, building the system configuration. It's recording, okay. Yeah, I also have to set up the phone. I have a phone that I use as a second webcam sometimes. And on Windows, I gotta say, it's incredible. The phone link on Windows, it's really nice. And you don't need to install the apps or stuff, And I think I tried to install KDE Connect and it didn't work. And yeah, it can't, I could just, with OBS, I could just pick the phone screen and use the camera, right? Let's try. Fail to parse language config, invalid type map, expected a sequence. You see this? Press enter. Well, I'm not sure what this means now. Because these things change. Error from official languages. Missing field command. Helix Health. I guess you can. Let's try this. Next, nil. And this is health. Why is this health? Ah, it says a sequence. What does that mean? Yeah. Language support. Languages. Language server. Not sure. So I guess we'll have to check Home Manager, Helix, Programs, Helix, Themes. I'm not even sure if the escape is working now. Enable default editor. So, no. You see, and stuff like this, it just takes install Helix using a flake. Maybe like this. Maybe I should install it with a flake. I'm not very happy with how Helix handles releases though, and if I want to use latest patches, the upstream provided flake must be used because upstream does not support any other approach. Wow, I didn't know that. I've read a few threads, but all I found either assumes I'm using flakes to deploy Home Manager itself, which I don't yet, or I must admit I don't really understand. My question is, how do I install Helix from the upstream flake while keeping Home Manager managed config? I guess getting your Home Manager configuration from a flake might be a good intermediate step. Since you want to use Helix upstream flake, I'd say that would be the way to approach it. I was hoping to avoid this. Helix flake. Yeah, you see, so this is, I'm recording already for what, 20 minutes. If you want to ingest a Helix flake, the usual way, I suppose you have to ingest it in a flake. But if your system is already on a flakes-based config, adding Home Manager to that flake is not that difficult to do. The only approach I could think of is overriding the Helix derivation to use the current master branch from GitHub. It's a great stopgap solution. You should be able to do this with built-ins, get flake, GitHub, packages, system default. What does this mean? Built-ins, get flake. Yeah, I don't even know what I do with this. What do I do with this? Example of how you can use built-ins get flake. So built-ins get flake to pull a package from a GitHub flake in Nix, showing you how to use a specific package from the Helix editor, Helix repository directly in your Nix, assuming that you're working with flakes. To explain how to use it, if you're using Nix flakes, you need to add Helix editor, Helix to your flake out inputs. Then you can refer to the package via built-ins get flake. Modify your flake Nix to add Helix as an input. Outputs. If you're not using flakes, you can install Helix via Nix packages directly, and you won't need to worry about using built-ins get flake. Do I have to deeper into flakes territory? Well, I guess I have to now change my whole configuration into flakes. Input, and I still don't know flakes. Input Helix. What's the official way? Helix. Well, won't find much like this. Helix, NixOS. Helix. Installing Helix. Pre-built binaries. Is there written here something? GitHub releases, NixOS. All right. Helix is available in NixOS through the Helix attribute. The unstable channel usually carries the latest release. Also available as a flake in the project root. Use Nix develop to spin up a reproducible development shell. Outputs are cached for each push to master using cachix. The flake is configured to automatically make use of this cache, assuming the user accepts the new settings on first use. If you're using a version of Nix without flakes enabled, install cachix CLI and use cachix use Helix to configure Nix to use cached outputs when possible. What does this even mean? A version of Nix without flakes. Install Cachix CLI. Yeah, I know this. That's from Domain. This is nice. Support is online. Recommend Nix, Cachix, Flakes, Nix profile. The latest stable version. Why would I install this? Import. Flakes recommended with Nix installed. Flakes using Nix packages or NixOS. Cachix. Cachix use Helix. Yeah, I'm not sure. Pre-built binaries. 2407. July. Oh, 07 is the July. Yeah, it's the why do I was trying to, you know, wait. Helix, all right. Default editor, Autumn. Languages, language. Name, Nix. Language servers, command, nixd. Do I have nixd? Nixd, I have nixd. Yeah, I don't really know. Language is language. I guess I could this home manager, right? So maybe I should look how the module is described. Home manager. This settings. No, my NixOS. Programs Helix. Modules. Or maybe I should just change to Vim. This is really until I get things. This is programs. All right, should be somewhere here. Kakune. Helix. All right, last month. Okay, so options, package, extra options. Marksman. Okay, we did add that. Extra packages. Example, packages marksman, description. All right, extra packages. Default. Default. We need to have the square brackets. All right. Default editor, true. Whether to configure access the default editor using the environment. Okay. Default false, default true. So it's a type of a bool and the default is false. But the default, so this goes on the left side and false is, so all this basically, yeah. So we can just put false, default editor true. Settings, okay. MK option, settings, MK option. And this is how, I guess, this is how you would encode. So there is the TOML file, what Helix does to write, and then you would write a module that would encode all the options. And then with Nix, Okay, this is also Nix. But then with these options, you kind of, you're doing, so yeah, there are like 2 steps involved here. It's a lot of work. Settings theme, base 16, line number relative, editor, line number relative, LSP display messages, true, keys, space, space Q, ask, collapse, section, key primary selection. Description configuration written. I don't have that configuration written. Configuration description, configuration written to see languages. The languages, the syntax of programs Helix just changed. It now generates the whole languages TOML file instead of just the language array in that file. Use programs Helix languages instead. Oh, so what do I do now? It changed. Programs Helix languages. Yeah, I'm not sure. Language, name Rust, auto format false. Languages. Maybe it's like this, just language, name, Nix, language, servers, auto format false. Yeah, I don't. Let's try something with ChatGPT. By looking at this example, tell me how to fix my languages part. I just want to enable NixD. So we have this. Let's see how ChatGPT does this. Modify the languages. The new syntax where you specify language-specific configurations under programs Helix languages. Locate the languages option. Make sure it follows the new syntax. Languages. Programs Helix languages. So it should be languages. Let's make space here. Languages, name, Nix. Wow. Let's just try this. I don't think this will work. Right? Yeah, I don't think this will work. Why would this work? I don't think it shouldn't work. That's too much for ChatGPT. This should not work. Building, no, 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 stop it. Stop it. You shouldn't do this. Stop it. It's working. How is this working? Wow, I'm impressed. No, it won't work. It will stop now. It will just say, no, you use ChatGPT and that's why it won't work. Building. Why is it building for so long? And how long am I recording this? 35 minutes. All right. Maybe I should change the light a bit. Yeah, maybe like this. I have this kind of a... Wow. Home Manager Helix languages. Look, it's doing all kinds of things. Incredible. So yeah, you see, as time goes, time flies, and what have we done here? Really? Is this... Backspace. Look at this. I'm pressing caps lock and it's going backspace. I think this is some kind of a GNOME thing. Yeah. And I have to press, it's really annoying. I almost want to change to KDE because of this. So apparently so caps lock works. Really weird. It works as caps lock also, and it works as backspace. But it works like... No, I now had to press real backspace. And keyboard, I think it's in tweaks. I don't have tweaks. At least the real escape is working. Let's go here and add GNOME tweaks, because I'm gonna be needing it, I think. GNOME tweaks. Oh, nice. Abort. Assert base nav. I think this is the... Yeah, abort. Why do I have abort? So now I have to press the whole way. I have to press escape. WQ, all right. So let me rebuild. So you see, this is already now 40 minutes, and it seems like there's not much has been done. And this is the hard part about Nix. You end up doing this like a couple of years. You end up doing this for a couple of years, but yeah. Building. But this thing actually worked, which is kind of cool. How do you check what's the language? Like how do you check? I could do Helix Health. Yeah. built-in language server diagnostic. Open Helix with a file and you're interested. Check the active language. Press the type LSP info. Okay, this is installing GNOME. It would be nice to also have a zoom more when I just with zoom. I have to check the apps. So because I always keep on, like maybe with a scroll, I could zoom. So if I go to tweaks, GNOME tweaks, well, this was slow a bit. Keyboard, additional layout options, caps lock, swap. Let's try it here also. Swap escape. Let's see if it works now. No, it's really weird. Why is this thing happening? Like caps lock is mapped to Backspace. Caps lock, Backspace, Helix, NixOS. No, I'll just write GNOME NixOS. I found this thread. So he's using, okay, Colmac. By default, the caps lock key with my layout backspaces. Oh, it's just using a verb. Yes, caps lock key with my layout backspaces. I would prefer that it act as an escape key. I don't see a way to do this with GNOME keyboard settings. I have also tried the following commands, settings, options, cap, escape. Yeah, but I get an error saying that I'm running. I tried using keyed, couldn't get it to start. Kanata, but these seem like overkill and have a very large learning curve. All I want to do is remap a single key. And this is why people use Windows. Sorry. It's my wife. But I get an error saying that I'm running. Does anyone know how to do this on a system that isn't using X Windows? I was able to get Kanata to work. I have to use some kind of a Samurai app. First, I added the following to my configuration file. Okay, let's do, look at this. Look at this. You have to write so much. Okay, I added the following to my configuration. Nix. Okay, environment system with package Kanata. All right. All right. NixOS configuration. Wait. Okay, sudo. Wait. How do you change theme? Ah. Amberwood. Autumn. Okay. No configured language server supports range formatting. Yeah. I wanted to check if I how to check if what's my is actually the formatter running. No configured language server supports range formatting. Unused binding. Yeah, I don't even know how to use these things. All right. Well, Where I'll just pause. I can pause. Oh, because I didn't. No, I see. All right. Okay. So, okay, what am I? Okay, Kanata to work. Kanata to work. Let's add the Kanata. Right. So another program, Kanata. I don't even know what's that. Haskell, lolcat. Okay, I guess here. Kanata. Oh no, I can't. Wow. Now escape is not because I remapped caps. I remapped escape to caps lock. So escape is now caps lock. And caps lock is still backspace. That's interesting. So I should actually not, I'll go back to tweaks. Yeah, I won't remap stuff with tweaks. Additional, you see this? Default. I'll set it to default so that I can save a file. So now it should, yeah, horrible. Okay. Services. You see, I'm already rebuilding. I should add services Kanata enable true keyboards since I have a Logitech keyboard. But yeah, but I don't have this layout, def layer, Kanata. So I have to check Kanata. You see, all of this worked only so that my Kanata keyboards. Keyboards building. So I guess I'll continue recording like this. It will be more loose, which was the intention of the channel, because and then alongside of that I'll continue, when I have, when I do it, I'll continue working the tutorials, but maybe I should call this, maybe I should give a name to this, to what I'm doing now, so that it's more loose, and random and not so, well, yeah, not sure. Maybe I should ask ChatGPT. He can really offer some constructive advice. But I kind of like GNOME, and this wallpaper, this is really nice. I made this with my phone, which is a Honor Lite 5G. I don't know, it's just the one with this kind of a, yeah. But that's the place where we go in the nature, and now, and this was really, I'm surprised actually at the quality of the photo. This is really nice wallpaper. Yeah, I like it. All right. So services, I have to, okay, again, services Kanata. So that's not home, right? So services, okay. Printing, services. I guess I'll do it here. Services Kanata. I guess I'll call it Kanata. Key remapping. services Kanata. Enable true. Enable field inherit keyword. And now keyboards. I'm not sure what does that keyboards name. Name config file. The config file. The default is generated by values from other Kanata module options. You can also set it to your own full config file, which overrides example config. Do I need this? Can I just start the Kanata? Do I have it here? Kanata? No. Enable true. Keyboards. Caps. I see. Def layer Colmac. Def source. I had to use the GNOME keyboard switcher to switch to a US QWERTY layout first to make this work. In GNOME, you should use XKB option setting from the org-GNOME desktop input sources, G settings schema. Is there... And for completeness, DCOM databases also recently became configurable in NixOS, so you do not need home manager if you do not have multi-user system. Layout. Programs, dconf, user. Not sure. Yeah. Console. Console. Yeah, so you why is this so slow? This is very slow. Console. If set, configure the virtual console key map. Wow. Kanata does look very cool. How does it look cool? Kanata. I don't get it. What's this Kanata thing? Improve keyboard comfort with advanced customization. Kanata, okay. Multiple layers of key functionality. Check out examples. Online simulator. See the configuration guide. Imagine if instead of pressing shift to type uppercase letters, we had giant keyboards with separate keys for lowercase and uppercase letters. Yeah, I like this. I hope we can all agree that would be a terrible user experience. This is nice example because with the shift, you get a second keyboard. A way to think of how shift key works is that they switch your input to another layer of functionality where you now type uppercase letters and symbols instead of lowercase letters and numbers. What Kanata allows you to do is take this alternate layer concept that shift keys have and apply it to any key. You can then customize what those layers do to suit your exact needs as workflows. What a nice explanation. I like it. Run from the tray icon, Kanata tray. Does not start in a background process. You will need to keep the window that starts Kanata running to keep Kanata active. Some tips for running Kanata in the background. Yeah, but I'm not sure. Wait. Kanata error, no config files provided. Pass the geo help, press enter to exit. Okay, I need configs. How do I get configs? Configuration guide. And 56 minutes. This document describes how to create a Kanata configuration file. The Kanata configuration file will determine your keyboard behavior upon running Kanata. Uses S expression syntax from Lisp. Nice. I like this. Forcefully exit Kanata. Wow. But I have to write it in Nix. I don't want to write this. So this is what he did. Where is this? Keyboards. Logi config. Config. And he pasted dev source 123 dev Colmac. Oh, this is not really Colmac. Def layer Colmac. Def layer workman. Is there a def layer? Definition layer. Wait, maybe ChatGPT can do this for Colmac. That would be kind of cute. I need this, but just for Colmac. This would be an interesting. Okay, let's try this. ChatGPT. Okay. Can you make this for me, but for workman? I also want to switch or swap the escape. Wait, I'll just. I found this solution. Can you adapt it to my workman layout? To adapt, you need to modify the key mappings. Yeah, you see? Workman layout instead of Colmac. Here, so we can modify the configuration for the workman layout. Top row, home row, bottom row. All right, look at this. Logi. Well, it's not Logi. Well, it's not Logi. It's my Asus keyboard on my laptop. Asus. Let's see. Keyboard Asus laptop config. Wow. Let's try this. All right. Are we ready? ChatGPT is really, really, really useful sometimes. Most of the time. You can actually use it as a... You really have to know how to work with it, though. So, where is this? I should learn how to really search. Services, all right. So services cannot enable through keyboards. Keyboards enable true. So we have keyboards. Keyboards. Asus laptop. Let's go like that. Config. Right. And now we have dev source. So let's copy this. Dev source. Let's see best way. Yeah. This. All right. This I have to write. I have to close it here. Maybe like this it will work. Wow. This looks too good to be true. Definitely too good. I don't think this will work. This should not work. This is too good to be true. ChatGPT just saved the day. And it shouldn't. Come on, building Nix. It went through. Amazing. Wow. It really went through. Will it work? Building the system configuration. Come on. You can do it. Will I finally remap the key? If I do it, come on, 1 hour and 2 minutes. This is perfect time to stop. Wow. Wow. Trigger udev. What's the pipe? This is a lot of things. Fail to start. Error. Fail to open. Well. Let's see what ChatGPT says now. Permission denied. Here's how you can resolve. Add your user to the uInput group to allow access to the uInput device. uInput extra groups. Well, this is interesting. Let's learn something new. So if I go to my user, search. Okay, extra groups. uInput, extra groups. Let's check NixOS options. And users. Users. Extra groups. Initial hash extra groups. List of string. Declared. Users groups. Hashed password users. Do we have is normal user group extra groups? The users auxiliary groups. But what are the list of groups that I can add? Like, you know, like what are the list of groups? U input. Wow. Open the configuration U input. Is there something about this? NixOS U input. Fails. U input module. What's U input? Kernel. Oh, some people are adding this. Boot kernel. Has anyone gotten Yedu tool? Kernel modules. Why do I have to add a kernel module? U input. Well, let's try. I want to see if it looks very nice. It kind of makes sense. U input. U input extra groups. Replace your username with your actual username. Yeah, okay. Enable the U input kernel module. Extra module packages. So that's, we have to go to the boot. Boot kernel packages. Boot extra module packages. Packages, Linux packages, U input. But why is this not like declared already? Boot kernel modulus. More like pseudo system. Okay, I shouldn't. Let's rebuild it again. Permission denied. U input. Make sure you've added the user executing Kanata to the U input group. Yeah, it says here. Kanata was compiled to never allow. Config file is valid. Yeah, if this is true, then I'll just add to the... I guess I'll reply to this just and add the... And maybe just write what I did. Oh. Attribute U input is missing. Linux packages you input, extra module packages. U input is missing. Hardware input enable. Hardware. Maybe it's like this. Config hardware. Does this help? To your main hardware you input enable true. Ah, so I don't do the how do you delete this? Okay. Extra groups, you input. Hardware services, hardware. Maybe like this. Hardware you input enable. You input enable. Whether to enable your input support. Oh, look at this. Linux packages latest with an underscore under what do you call it? And you input. Maybe this is a Linux packages latest. I'm curious about this. Maybe it's really like a dash. Like okay, this thing actually worked. Wow. So now what? We did this, rebuild. Once the rebuild is complete, restart the Kanata service. Really? Pasting, paste. Let me know. Okay. Oh my god, it's working. That's so incredible. So wait, look. I don't even have to be in this. And it's working. We fixed it. That's so nice. Maybe I should add. So add the user to input. Okay. I want to add some of this info to a NixOS discourse thread where I read about this. solution. So what I found missing in the thread is to add the user to so to add uinput to extra groups, and then to enable uinput with the hardware option. So can you just rephrase that? Extra groups, enable. Okay. Eight months ago. I'm sure that I want to continue this whole conversation. It's an old thread, and I have a note now saying, so please be even shorter. I don't want to aggravate people, but then this, yeah, but then this is important too. Okay, you can, but write all this. Write all this in Markdown. I can't copy like this. Wow, you again did the same thing. The entire message. In one block. Okay, sorry, I should say in one block. Missing to get this working. I found two important steps. I found two steps. In my case, I found two steps missing to get this working for me. I found two steps missing to get add your user to the input group. Users, here's an extra groups, uinput. Enable uinput with a hardware option. These ensure proper permissions and can for uinput when using Kanata. Well, okay. Well, at the end, this was very, practical. So 1 hour and 20 minutes. All right. Nice. I'm I'm pleased with I'm pleased with this. All right, bye bye.